Tidbits from TNT, Saturday morning, March 22, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Tishwash. Rafadain Bank deploys ATMs at 5 stations in Baghdad. Rafadain Bank announced today, Friday, the deployment of ATMs at 5 stations in Baghdad. In a statement received by Al Maluma Agency, the bank stated that, as part of its ongoing efforts to enhance financial inclusion and facilitate access to banking services to various segments of society, Rafadain Bank announced the deployment of automated teller machines, ATMs, at a number of stations, allowing customers to conduct withdrawals and deposits easily and safely around the clock, and without any commission. He added, this step comes as part of a strategy to expand the scope of digital banking services, contributing to the integration of more individuals into the banking system and enabling them to benefit from modern financial solutions without the need to visit traditional branches. The bank affirmed its commitment to developing its banking infrastructure and deploying more ATMs in various areas, including malls and commercial centers, to ensure the provision of more efficient financial services and achieve the bank's vision of promoting financial inclusion and offering innovative banking solutions that meet the needs of all citizens. He added, this service can now be accessed through the devices available 24 hours a day at the following stations: Station number 13 Al Bayya, Station number 14 Al Amiria, Popular Work Street, Station number 18 Al Sadia, Station number 19 Al Hussein Neighborhood, Station number 20 Al Jihad Neighborhood. The bank affirmed its continued development of its digital services, enhancing access to financial solutions and supporting the transition to a more inclusive and innovative digital economy. Tishwash. Erbil and Washington agree on the need to resume Kurdistan oil exports as soon as possible. Kurdistan Regional Government Prime Minister Masroor Barzani discussed a number of important issues in a phone call on Friday evening, March 21, 2025, with U.S. National Security Advisor Michael Waltz. A statement from the Kurdistan Regional Government, received by Baghdad Today, stated that, during the phone call, the Prime Minister and the U.S. National Security Advisor discussed ways to strengthen relations between the Kurdistan region and Iraq with the United States. The two sides also agreed, according to the statement, on the need to expedite the formation of the new ministerial cabinet for the regional government. And they also reaffirmed the resumption of the Kurdistan region's oil exports as soon as possible. In another context of the phone call, the two sides exchanged views on the rapid developments taking place in the Middle East, stressing the importance of preserving the security and stability of the region, according to the statement. Tishwash. Sources. Khani warned Iraqi factions against provoking the Americans. Houthis close headquarters in central Baghdad following advice from the coordination framework. Reliable sources revealed to Asharq al-Awsat the contents of an Iranian message to leaders of Shiite factions in Iraq, which included strict instructions to not provoke the Americans and Israelis, warning of attacks on Baghdad similar to those targeting the Houthi group in Yemen. For weeks, Iraqi groups loyal to Tehran have shown a marked decline in their hostile activities under international pressure and U.S. attacks on the Houthis. The sources said that Esmail Khani, commander of the Quds force of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, delivered a message from the Iranian leadership during a recent visit to Iraq. Khani warned the faction leaders that U.S. military attacks against Houthi facilities could quickly backfire on Baghdad. Khani called on Iraqi factions to refrain from engaging in any military activity during this sensitive period, and stressed the need to take further measures to stop or reduce armed manifestations. The sources quoted a Shiite faction commander as saying that Khani conveyed strict instructions from the Iranian leadership urging Iraqi parties to avoid all forms of provocation against the Americans or Israelis. He said that a single spark could open a front in Iraq. He added, the leaders of the Iraqi factions were comforted by the message due to the intense pressure they have been facing for months. The sources reported that Tehran's assessment is that the Americans will not hesitate to carry out attacks against targets inside Iraq if the factions show a field response in support of the Houthis. Reports indicated that Khani visited the capital, Baghdad, last week and met with politicians in the coordination framework and leaders of armed factions. Khani's visits to Baghdad are often shrouded in secrecy, but his meetings focused on representatives of pro-Tehran groups and prominent leaders in the ruling coalition. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com